All right, we're recording. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our bi-weekly community meeting for Project Harbor. Today is July 12th. My name is Orlan Vasilyev. I'm the community lead for Project Harbor. This is official community meeting. Just be nice to each other and follow the code of conduct. With that said, I'm gonna paste into the chat the community meeting notes. So it will be super awesome if you add yourself there. And let's see what we have for today. Should I share or? Okay. I hope everyone can see my screen. So I've added a few stuff and Belgian added as well. So some of this from my side, I've submitted everything that you folks wanted to hear for the KubeCon China. The kiosk and the maintainers track talk. There's no project meeting session for China. Don't know why. What else? Yeah, finally managed to recover that access to the root account for the CNCF cluster for AWS for the Harbor team. I have the username and the password. So I'm going to request also a separate LastPass. So we can store that and have it for the future. Not to ask again, Jeffrey from CNCF. So,
hey, Ollie, sorry to interrupt. By the way, do we have any updates on the application for CNCF VMs so that we can?
That's part of the same effort. Came out. We have account already created within AWS, and now with this one we can create the keys and deploy whatever we want and we need. So that's just like a follow-up question on my side. Just how you think you're gonna create these VMs? I can create these VMs for you if you want, or are we gonna use some kind of automation like from GitHub Actions or something to spin up these VMs and use them? Or what was the?
But according to my knowledge, that these VMs that will be used to create Kubernetes cluster for Helm pipeline, it have nothing to do with AWS account. It is like a sort of like an on-premise VMs virtual machines that will be used for Helm to run the pipeline.
What do you mean by on-premise? I'm confused with that. On-premise where? Within VMware, or if you want to do some tests with the Helm chart?
Yeah.
But now we have the environment, so I'm not sure why we need to do VMs on-prem. Like, are you talking about OneCloud or something like that, or within VMware, or?
Essentially, our goal is to create a Kubernetes cluster that will be used for Helm pipeline. But to do that, we need some virtual machines. And
sure.
Yeah, and I recall that Chen Yu once asked you to create some virtual machines for him to run the pipeline of run the lightning test of the performance tests for Harbor OSS project.
Yes.
It is essentially the same thing. Like I would like to apply. I would like to candidly ask you help us to apply some virtual machines that will be used to create Kubernetes clusters so that our Helm pipeline will be able to run.
Okay. We can definitely do that in that account. Or we can kick off like a AKS or EKS. I'm sorry. So whatever you need, right? now that we have the resources, we can utilize them. So if you need VMs, I can create VMs, and we can run it. I prefer if we do that in some automated fashion. Like if we want to do tests in AWS, so that means like we need like 3 machines or whatever machines. I would like to have that through GitHub Actions and Terraform and stuff like this, so it can be easily trackable and recreatable if needed.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not in favor to overcomplicate things, but if I just log in and create 2 VMs, and I'm the only one who have access to create them, or whatever, it's just not optimal, right? Or me, just an example, that could be you, that could be Vadim, that could be anyone, right? So, but if we have the credentials as GitHub secrets, and for example, we create a new repository, let's call it, for example, infra or whatever, which has the actions to spin up all these VMs and set them up for testing, then we can rely on that environment, not on person, right? That's my idea. If you're okay with this one, we can go this way. If you're not, we can discuss further.
Okay, I'll discuss with you, your message maybe on the flag.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Okay, cool, thanks.
For those of you who joined a little bit later, like Vadim and Thomas, we're discussing that I managed to get hold of the CNCF cluster AWS account for Harbor. So now we can utilize that thing and actually spin up some VMs to testings or whatever. If we needed one for the operator, we needed a few for the home, and so on and so forth. So now we have kind of playground to do stuff, which is cool, I think. So we have to use that. And to bring you up to speed with the discussion is that I don't like the idea of having manually created VMs inside AWS. So we should think of some way of automating this one. And there are plenty of ways to do that. So, right. So, sorry, alarm. All right. So,
is there already an idea what you want to deploy on the CNCF cluster? On this on the cluster, what is on the account? It's like a demo instance, for example, or is there something else?
Me or
us?
Anyone. I was that request for that account. Okay, that need for that account came out from the thing that we needed some VMs to do Helm chart testing, or actually we needed a cluster to do the Helm chart testing. Also, I think with you, Thomas, we discussed that, or myself, I'm not sure. The operator testing as well, that we need some environment there. So practically everything that needs testing and its resources, some sort, it's that's the right place, I think. Not some let's say VMware internal or someone else's internal infrastructure.
Yes.
So yeah. So now we have it. We just need to find a way to set it up and have fun with it. That's it.
Okay, great.
And for me, the most obvious way is by creating some kind of repository for infrastructure, as like, for example, our Kubernetes project is doing it, and run GitHub Actions with all the secrets and everything. So we have practically just hit of a button to have everything set it up or destroyed, or normal infrastructure as code kind of approach, nothing special.
Makes sense.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna start documenting all this stuff at somewhere. I'm not sure, since there'll be some sensitive data like the AWS account number or who has access to it. There should be some combination between some publicly available information, and some others that is not publicly available, only for maintainers, I suppose.
Mm.
Yeah. Vadim, you have some fancy camera which is following you.
Oh yeah, it is. It's the same one. I just discovered a new functionality there. I can show it to you.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that's about this topic. If you have some more questions, we can discuss it, or we can jump to the next one. No? Okay. So Daljan, do you wanna?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead
I'll
to.
share my screen.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna stop sharing and.
Let me introduce the new feature that we are going to deliver in 2.9. The issue 10496 address the pinpoint of the CE of the user, such as the previous CV report is or artifact report. The user have to click and check every artifact to get the detailed information, and the CV report feature can export this information, but it only can export the CE information by a single project. And it is not easy for user to, such as when they have deliver on new release and to review their CVE vulnerabilities in a single project, in a single release. So the Security Hub provide this new feature to solve this issue. It provides a dashboard of vulnerability summary information for the current system or the project, so that the user can see how many critical or high or medium or low level, different levels of vulnerability count. And we also can see the most dangerous vulnerabilities. We sorted by the severity vulnerability count. This is the user story of this. Mainly focus on query conditions. When user search the vulnerabilities. And to simplify the privilege implementation, only administrators could access the Security Hub feature. And the current feature is only compatible with the pluggable scanner spec 1.0 and only to support the true adapter. Maybe in the future, we will implement more or test the compatibility of the other adapters. For some performance consideration, the scan report table needs to add the following columns. Previously, this information was aggregated on demand. Currently, we are going to add this information in the scan report table so that we can improve the query performance. And the implementation, we are going to deliver two REST APIs. One is to get the summary information, scan summary. When we provide with CVE or with artifact option, we will provide the most dangerous CVE and most dangerous artifact. Usually the top 5 dangerous CVE and the top 5 dangerous artifact. And also currently we are only implement the summary by system level. In future, we are going to implement the summary by project level, so that when we click each project, we can see the project as vulnerability information summary. This is the query for this summary. This is a underlying SQL. And the second is API is search vulnerability information. Such vulnerability information it will include all the informations related to the vulnerabilities. The vulnerability is different with the CVE because for each CVE, CVE is a classification of the vulnerability. But for a single CVE, maybe appear in the artifact for several times. For example, the log4j can be stored in other job file or in a application servers job file. So it can be found many times in a single artifact, a single image. And for the performance consideration, we add a query parameter tune count. The tune count is 2. It means that when the query the total count larger than 1,000, then the query will display the total count. The X total count in the response header will set to -1, and the response is the same as the response count is the same as the query without the tune count option. And the only difference is the X total count will exceed will be -1, and in the UI it will display that the total count is 1,000 plus in the UI. And this is the query conditions for search vulnerabilities. And currently we support search vulnerabilities by CVE ID. And also we can search that by severity level, such as critical, high, or medium, as such. And the CSS v3 score, we can we support the search the CVSS score. Mainly it is the NVD score, not the Red Hat score. And because the NVD score is most popular, it is supported by range. For example, we can specify the range from 7.0 to 10. So all these vulnerabilities with between these scores will displayed. And we also support the query by project ID and the repository. This is our exact match. And the package and tag. This is the example of the query. We are using the Q as the query condition and use the CID and then separate with gamma. This is the underlying SQL. And this is the SQL to update the scan report table. Besides the upward API, we also need to refactor some of the code. Firstly, we need to decouple the previous job service table for better performance, such as scan table, and duplicate the status information in the report. And also, we need to improve the performance to refactor scan report and the summary information, such as the total high and the low median count, as we mentioned in the previous. And we also need to refactor the previous CVE process, regulate the data insert into the table, such as the CVSS v3 score. Currently is empty, and we are going to extract this information from vendor attribute data and store it in the existing column, the CVSS v3 score column. And this is we'll also migrate the previous scan report data, because previous scan data doesn't include the critical count, high count, and medium count and low count. We will extract this data from previous scan report. And this is the UI of the security hub. This is the first picture is the screenshot of the summary information. The first panel is the total vulnerabilities. This is the whole system. How many artifacts are included, and how many artifacts are scanned, and how many critical or high vulnerability or medium vulnerability found. And the second one is the top 5 dangerous artifact, the vulnerabilities occupation, and the top 5 most dangerous CVEs. And in the bottom, it is the search vulnerability interface. We currently support search by CVE ID and severity ID and package, and these conditions can be combined. Currently, we the query is heavily depend on the CSV3 score or attribute, and for the performance consideration, the typical production environment may have more than 10,000 artifacts, and each artifact may have 1,000 CVE. So the table of report vulnerability record will have many records. So we need to consider the performance of the query. We need to reflect the current query for better performance. As, for example, an index for these tables. And then in the future, we may, for the performance, we might use the Elasticsearch. That's all. Thank you. Do you have any other question?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm not sure if I have questions. Maybe the others can address something, or maybe later through the week. Yeah.
Share this link.
Thank you. I'm going to add that into the meeting minutes.
I think it is already in the conference.
All right. Okay.
I have a question regarding the clarification. So only administrator have access to this dashboard? Or
yeah, currently we are to simplify the implementation. We are only administrators can access this dashboard. In future, we can add more door to access this information.
Okay, no other question.
That looks a lot like the project that we tried to create in the Linux Foundation mentorship program, right? Or overlaps a lot with it, is in terms of functionality, right?
Yes.
And I was about to ask the same question about the administrator. Why only the administrator? But you answered that already. Thank you. Anyone else? Any questions about this proposal? By the way, right now it's just a proposal, right? It's and you have some code that is working already, but is not committed into the repository, or I'm wrong?
Yeah, you can add your comments in the PR.
The PR for the proposal or a PR for the actual code implementation?
Proposal. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, this is the anchor feature of 2.9. So we have already raised some PRs for the source code. So actually we didn't got chance to present this proposal, but actually this is should be the anchor feature in the 2.9 release. And still.
Wanyan, I think we lost you. So we planned that to be released as part of 2.9, and that will be the main feature, or like the highlight of the 2.9.
Yes. And we actually already started from the code implementation from maybe 1 month or more than 1 month ago. But yeah, like I said, we didn't get chance to present this proposal in a community meeting. So
Yeah.
but we did. Yeah.
All right. By the way, do you think we can add in 2.9 one of the other projects from the mentorship program? Like, have you managed to review Wilfred's changes and the others?
I don't think so, because that we did not plan any feature of the programmer in 2.9. So if we would like to have some of them, we can maybe plan them in 2010 planning window. So decide which one will be in the 2010, and then so we will focus on that proposal or code implementation. So
Okay, cool. And 2.9 is planned for like mid-August, right? 2.10, do we have already some idea? Have we discussed? I'm not sure. I cannot remember if we discussed the time frame for
we
2.10.
usually start to plan the next release after the FC stage of the previous release. So we should be reached to the planning of 2010 maybe in 2 weeks.
Can you repeat the last one, please?
I mean, we should start the plan window for 2010 maybe in 10 weeks. Oh, sorry, in 2 weeks. So probably we can create a new discussion for to collect the requirement from the community for 2010.
Yeah.
Maybe next week or yeah, 2 weeks after. Yeah. So then
Okay. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm asking, because we have to address this as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So any more questions about Security Hub? Nope. Okay. Thank you, Dojan, again.
Welcome.
Okay. So next on the agenda, part of the, let me share. It's discussion topics about the KubeCon Chicago. We still haven't applied for any of this stuff that I'm showing, the kiosks or project meetings. I'm just wanna last time share sync with everyone that there'll be presence there. Like Vadim, you're planning to be there, right?
Yeah, I'm planning to be there, and we can have a kiosk and a project meeting.
And the okay.
Yep.
So we do as we did it in in Amsterdam.
Yeah. I need to
Nice.
write the talk for the for Harbor.
The abstract for the maintainers track.
Exactly.
Yeah, actually, we have something that I've submitted for Shanghai.
Uh-huh.
So we can step on this one and just
Okay.
tune it, maybe because
Adapt
we
it.
have to submit. Yeah, because we have to submit it like in the next 4 days.
Okay.
The thing
Yeah,
is,
that's good. We can use
yeah,
it as a starting point.
Yeah. And the thing is, we should keep it a little bit generic because we are submitting it now, and that should be done like November, right? So a lot of things will change until then, in terms of like the new stuff that are going to go into 210, which we don't know yet, right? So yeah, should be a little bit generic in terms of names and descriptions and such.
Yeah, that's good. I'm agree.
Okay, good. Yeah, the same thing goes for the project update. I think the emphasis will be the security hub functionality, obviously, and some other stuff around operator and the Terraform, for example, provider. And that's about it, because it's so far ahead of time than the conference that we don't know what will be in 210. So yep. Okay. Okay. So that, I think that's cool. I'm gonna contact you about the kiosk. Depends on the timeframes that we want to have, like afternoons or something, and about the project meeting, the same thing, like the same thing that we did for Amsterdam. Alrighty.
Can you share the document with me so I can take a look at it and edit it?
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that. Another update. Okay, that should be in the update section, but I've created, maybe you saw that on the maintainers mailing list. I've created a new Zapier account under the CNCF Harbor maintainers email address. And I use that to sync whenever we have new recording into Zoom to be automatically uploaded to YouTube. So that password, the same for that user, will be into the future shared LastPass account for the project, if you want to use it for some other like automation.
Okay, that's good.
Because right as of now, it was under the account of Jonas, but yeah, having it on private accounts is not good. So I decided to migrate it to our own account, which will be inherited by whoever wants to take care of the project in the future, if something goes differently that we anticipated right now. So yep. My operations side is kicking in, so sorry for that. And Yamwan, community 2.9 release update.
Thank you, Oli. We are in the FC stage of 2.9, and the planned date of FC stage is the July 17. But however, since we did some updates on the security hub proposal, like Stone just present, we did some API change as well as some UI change. So we would like to require one more week for the code implementation. So we would like to delay the FC stage for 1 more week. So that should be the July 24, as well as the GA day. The new GA day should be the August 21.
Okay.
So yeah. So besides the anchor feature of the security hub, and all the other features are almost done. So that's the update of the 2.9.
Okay. Do we have that somewhere documented, or like in the wiki?
You mean the
dates?
The date?
Maybe here in the comment in the community.
It should be
just documented here.
Yeah.
Or just in the comment of this
in the
here.
Was that?
Yeah, just edit here, right?
Yeah, just to add it over here. That's what. Yeah. Okay,
I will update the date in the
Nice.
comments. Yeah.
Thank you. And another one that I wanted to bring up is the icons update that this folk provided. As we discussed, I addressed that to CNCF. They're super happy with the update. If we find it like useful for us, and if we like it, there's no restrictions from their side how to deal with that. So I'm happy with the look. So I think we can unblock that thing and everyone can vote.
Okay, so I removed the do not merge label.
Yeah, I think you added it, right? No, all for nothing.
Wanyang added it, and
Yeah.
okay, so if it's okay, we can
Hold for discussion. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, okay, you removed it. Yeah, okay, so cool. I'm gonna add it into the agenda for today. So, anyone, any thoughts on this one?
Oh, it looks great for me.
So yeah, so if CNCF has no idea on this, I mean that they do not against for this, I think we can start voting or just it's look good for me. But I just want to hold for discuss because that the icon should be the property of the CNCF. So any updates should let them know if they are yeah.
I've opened. I can relate if you want me to the CNCF service desk ticket that I asked them. I asked the was that marketing / whatever bureau at CNCF, and they took a look at the change and said it's fine as long as it's worked for us. It's not violating any like branding or project kind of marketing oriented color schema stuff. So I think from my perspective as a user, that over here looks better than that over here. So yeah, but I suppose someone from VMware last time wrote, and yeah.
Yes, and our UI designer have reviewed this PR already, and he is okay with the change.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's unblocked. So
yeah.
Alrighty.
So
cool.
Let's do the edit update, and if it's done, we can merge it.
Yep. Cool. Okay. That was a quick one. Good. Any other topics for today? Holidays in at least in that region of the earth where I'm living are approaching. So at some point I want to take some days off. So I'll be looking for some volunteers to take care of the community meetings. At some point I'll put dates for the next one. So if someone can take and just do that thing that I'm doing, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'll probably won't be able to attend the next one. Yeah, I'm not.
The China team can the China team can host the community meeting. Don't worry, Oli.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I'm planning to take a little bit prolonged vacation. That means August and half of September. So that would mean what's that?
For the summer vacation?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I'm greedy, but that's the only way I can do it. Otherwise, I have super problematic situation with the kids. I have to take care of the kids and
Nice.
yeah. So yeah, okay. Thanks for that. I'll put the dates for the until the September for the meeting that we'll need someone else to take care. I'll be around for the release, so we can work out some blog posts and some notifications around the release. But I'll join around the release date so we can figure this out. So yeah, so that's everything from my side. One another interesting update. I was invited to a conference in Netherlands called Enterprise DevOps TechCon. This one, Enterprise, this one. And actually, I spoke with Thomas O'Brien from the Dutch Railways. There, and we're going to present, not with him, but a colleague of him. We're going to present at that conference like a harbor use case for the Dutch Railways.
Nice.
The conference will be in Utrecht. Actually, yeah, a bit time for show off, but I was invited to give a keynote session about CNCF and how CNCF helps projects and such. But the other thing is for a harbor use case. So yeah, if you feel like traveling to Utrecht, it will be super nice to see you. It's October 3rd, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
Whenever we have something like laid down on the agenda for the talk, I'll put it up for review from you folks if you have some ideas how we can make it a little bit better. So yeah. Yep. Okay. That was everything from my side. Anyone else wants to share something?
No,
Nope.
not from my side.
Nice. Okay. Thomas, everything good on the operator side?
Yes, I can make a quick update if you want.
Yes,
1
please.
minute.
Yeah.
During the last Arbor operator community meeting, we mainly talked about the release of the 1.4 operator version that will manage 2.6 Arbor version. Our goal is to release it before the end of summer. We'll try to release it for the end of July, but at worst it will be end of August. So that is our main target today.
Nice.
And once this release will be done, we'll start to talk about the next release, the 1.5, to see what we want to do, which Arbor version we want to handle, and which Kubernetes version, and the features. So if you want to talk about it, you're welcome.
That's invitation for everyone who wants to join the efforts for the operator and it's interested what's going on there.
Yeah, we are talking every Tuesday, 1 week on 2. So the next meeting will be on next Tuesday, if you are interested.
All right, cool. By the way, I have to publish the last recording is still pending, so I'll do that now, actually, after the call. So if someone is interested, can take a look at the recording, what was discussed last time. Cool. All righty. Thank you very much for attending today. I hope you have a great rest of the day or have a great evening, and talk to you in 2 weeks. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good vacation. Yep.